no fun.
I know.
How did you make out today at Plague in the Woods?
Oh, it was very good.
Yeah?
Very good. With Ray,
They do?
it was very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yes. What do you do?
We're still planning the whole menu for what we will offer.
Okay.
So we brainstormed. That's suggesting.
You brainstormed?
Yeah, so that's suggesting we both have brains. So we went round and we were expanding upon. We've got a group of words that we use to stimulate.
Oh, yeah.
So we did a lot with that, and it was a very productive meeting. So we're going to do that every Friday.
Oh, good.
We think.
Did he play with the teepee pet?
I did not ask.
The teepee toy?
No, I did. But you will be glad to hear your teepee is still standing.
Oh,
Yeah. After all the weather we've just had. Did you miss the weather?
She did.
I heard something happening. Did it rain?
No, we've had hailstones, we've had like a microburst and thunder and lightning, and Ava was going to work. So you know she's practicing her driving for her driver's test. So you could hardly see out the window. Things were coming down on top of the car. We picked up a branch and got there, and I decided I would just sit outside her farm before going to Meredith because the driving conditions were so awful. It was atrocious.
I should have got it up.
You should have got up. It was something to see.
Well, I heard it coming and I went on my television and I looked up the radar, and it really looked like it was going to miss our area.
No, it changed direction. It was
It-
bouncing, and the power's out in my house.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So, so I think it's been super fun.
Okay, so here's,
Thank you. Oh, is this a
That
Jan? Oh, excellent.
and Judy made the deposit of all the extra money that was around here.
This?
That was a good thing.
Yes, indeed.
Oh. Oops. Did I roll my eyes out loud?
Yes.
I consider to be on time when I get there.
Yes.
I have stopped listening, so why are you still talking? There you go. Okay.
So you got out and about today, didn't you?
Yeah. Where'd I go? I went out.
Somewhere you couldn't take the horses. You took the dogs.
I took the dog. Yes, we went over to Peabody, the adult daycare center, and there were 31 people there.
Ooh.
31, so we had 61 and 31, 92,
Yes.
and we had 20 some odd the other day, so we're over 100.
Excellent.
Over 100.
That gives you spare.
Huh?
Spare people.
Spare.
Yes.
Well, we've been in the 80s for a couple of weeks,
Yeah, well, that covers you.
so that covers us, so
Yeah.
we're all set now.
And you just went with the 3 dogs.
Yes, 3 dogs. I haven't fixed up the trailer in the car yet.
No.
We have things to fix up. Another thing is the watering of the dogs. The dogs get thirsty with the dried cookies, you know.
Yeah. And do you take that big container that somebody sent in?
That's a drop in the bucket.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, we've taken it, and that's what we had with us today. But what I really should do is rig something out the back window of my car so that they can drink out there, slobber out there.
Yes.
When they're through drinking, you dump the water on the car and then you go away.
Yes.
So this is what I'm trying to do.
You're trying to keep slobber out of your car.
Well, it is out, but it's all over the side and down,
Yeah, I
you know.
know.
Yeah.
Yes. Because when slobber dries in, it's really hard to get off your windows.
That's true.
Yes. According to Nick.
That's true. How are you coming with training your 8 dogs?
Well, some of them are already trained, and some of them are absolutely useless. And I've got 2 puppies.
Yeah.
I've got a really nice one out there. She's
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah, she's
Oh,
very
good.
well behaved. The puppies are just,
Puppies.
they're just a work in
How old are they?
progress. One is, she must be 16 weeks now, and the other
Oh,
one
good.
is roughly 7 months. So
Okay.
they will be in. They're coming along nicely.
Okay.
Slow. And then I've got Julius, who you met, who's neurotic.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, but that's just him. And
Yeah.
he's the one that was howling out there yesterday.
Where is he now?
He's at home.
Oh.
Yeah. He was down here this morning.
What is he doing at home?
He's with Nick.
Oh.
So he'll be quite happy. He's probably sleeping because he was exhausted after this morning. And then he's actually very obedient, Julius. It's just that if you're not with him, he cries
Yeah.
loudly and
Okay.
incessantly.
Okay.
So, yes. So
What do
that's...
we got?
So what we've got today is, yes, we did have hail, which
Who?
you've
Hail.
stones, which you've missed.
Hail to
Which I think was-
I always know when we're having a storm, Stella goes right in the bathroom before. It's like 15, 20 minutes before she sits in the bathroom.
So I don't know whether or not your power went out and the generator came on.
I don't think so.
No,
I didn't see.
you've been
I
okay.
don't think so. Not that
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Yeah. And what cookies do the dogs get in the frying pans?
Any cookie.
Any cookie.
Any cookie. We do like the square ones of Purina, little, what are the Alpo things, the little
Oh,
square
yes.
things.
Yes.
The trick is it's going to make a noise.
Noise.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're... yeah. So the cameras, you'll be glad to hear, are up.
Oh, really?
Yes. That,
What happened?
well, Janine and Nick went back and forward with codes and odd things and computery sort of nonsense. So I just kept out of it.
And they got it fixed.
They got it fixed.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
Maybe Explore will hire the two of them.
Yeah.
it'll keep them.
Well, yeah. Well, if they're out, if they're booking out 2 months,
I know.
you know, there's a big call for that kind of thing.
I know. I know.
There's a lot of people like us that don't know a damn thing.
I'm blissfully unaware.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be.
Yeah.
So we're all up and running with that camera there and the one down in the barn, and you'll be glad to hear the goat is still in the bin.
Oh, God.
So nothing new, nothing has changed.
That goat was in the bin yesterday.
Goat's always in the bin. I actually don't think it's got legs any longer. I think it just lies in the bin.
That's funny. I thought that little horse could stand a little more attention. I thought
She's got dwarfism, that wee horse. So there's lots of things that are not quite right. So the reason she's back with Kate is because Kate she feeds her a special diet to try and keep the weight on her.
that's what I think. She's a little bit thin.
She goes tubby, and then thin, and then tubby, and then thin. It's a real process.
Has she been wormed?
Yep, she has been.
Teeth done?
Her teeth are actually problematic. We've had a lot of work done on her teeth, but we've still got more work to do with them.
So there's something wrong with her.
Yeah.
And I did think that maybe we could dress her up a little bit more. Pull her mane, make her look a lot more like a horse. You
Yeah.
know?
I will speak to Kate and see, but she's...
Well, you know how to
Yeah, you can.
dress up a horse, right?
Yeah.
You know how to braid the mane?
Yeah.
Well, good.
All right, I'll get on that. I'm gonna pull my
Well,
horse. anyways.
unfortunately, she's manure colored to begin with.
Yeah, it'd be nice to give her a little.
Well, she's actually... she's quite a pretty colour.
No, I don't.
She's more chestnutty.
The tail looks like it's full of manure.
Well, it could be because it's muddy back there.
In which case, no, I don't think that's going to wash out. I'd almost bet you a nickel on that one. I'd almost bet you a nickel.
Yeah, she's a nice...
She's not a palomino.
No.
She is definitely not a palomino, never will be.
No.
She's a nice wee thing. Do you
She's a
know?
nice little thing.
Yeah, she is.
She also likes to nibble.
She mouths. She's got a real. She's got double. She's the one that's got double teeth, and we can only take a few out at a time. And you know,
I don't know what that has to do with nibbling, though.
she's mouthy.
She's mouthy.
I don't think her.
Mini horse
There's a
always
dog
little
on the
bit
back
more.
porch. What?
No,
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 I was just.
no. It's ponies we don't like. Remember that. Ponies, no ponies. Nasty things. Think Thelwell. Purina apparently do not make those square treats anymore.
What's this?
Purina don't make the square treats anymore.
Really? What do they make?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's very inconvenient.
unusual.
Well, ours will eat whatever they make, let
Yeah.
me tell you.
Anything that's square in fashion.
And hard, noisy.
Hard and noisy. Oh. But then somebody said that Purina bought Alpo. So maybe they are still available, but just instead of under Alpo, under Purina now.
I
Maybe
think
that's it.
yeah. I think I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, back up again. They've been discontinued.
Okay.
Oh dear. Yeah, so anything square is good and noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got the Tomato Festival.
The who?
Tomato Festival
Tomato Festival.
on Sunday.
Oh. And we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So when you throw as many tomatoes at people.
Nope, none of that
I'm just kidding.
nonsense.
I was like, that's when you throw as many tomatoes at people.
So that will be Harley and Gabby, and then we've got people coming to practice donkey walking again tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Depending on what the weather's doing, because it looks like we're in for quite an unsettled week.
A whole week.
I know.
Well, that's that. And they knew it was. That's that Lee that's out there.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Category 5 already or something.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's yes. Yeah, I
How
don't
did
know.
they know a week ago that was going to be there? I mean, they've been predicting this week of rain for a month.
I just feel we've had so much. Do you know? There's been so much rain this summer. You go, oh, more rain, whatever. I'm like, I've totally and utterly given up with rain. But let's,
Well, I'll tell you, I'd rather have it than not have
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And let's just hope it's slowly but surely replenishing the aquifer, and we'll be happy.
Yes.
Yeah, I was driving past Hood Pond, wherever it is down there. See, I got it this time. And it's got haze over the water just now.
Really?
It's just hanging
Huh.
there. And I thought, this is looking a bit fall-like. But
Really?
yeah, because it's still quite warm outside.
Wow.
But, oh my gosh, somebody has just said, am I all packed? No.
I am
Oh,
pretty good.
shh.
I did the kitchen, I did my trees, and I got that thing yesterday in the mail of the suction, the vacuum bag.
Aha.
So we redid a lot of what was in the bucket, in the tubs, into the vacuum thing. So I now had more tubs to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming down the home stretch.
Oh, well, there's no showing off. It's not a competition. There are no winners. Honestly, no, I'm not.
Now what I want to do is I want to go over there with my yellow duct tape
Uh-huh.
and plan where different things
Things are
would be
going.
on the floor.
Nick says to me, I'm not allowed to discuss moving plans with him at night time because it stops him sleeping well. So I get up in the morning, I say, so, and he goes, oh! And yes, I think all the rain here on the west coast, and I'm sure on the east coast, has brought the mosquitoes.
Yeah,
So the mosquitoes are loving it.
I have not had many this summer. I wonder what you're up to.
Look,
mosquitoes.
covered with them.
Well, I
Yeah,
stay
you're
covered
all
up, mind
sweet,
you.
so you're okay. We would both expire.
I know. I
If
just,
we,
I was
wore
but-
long
I went through
sleeves.
my clothes already
These
today.
are made for hot weather.
Yes.
They really are. They've got
Vents.
vents and things, yes.
I don't know. I already
No,
still
they're-
my clothes
you know
today.
what it is, really? That sun,
Oh, is it a UV?
yeah.
And what?
I don't know what the hell it is, but it's like 100%
Something.
sunblock, which I have to have. So, you
Could
know,
do with that as well, because I'm always
not
getting...
not much of me sticks out.
Yeah.
And people say, "Oh, it's a lot with it." No, it's not bad.
Oh, I don't know. It's very buggy out at the moment.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I know, it's how I
So
feel.
some people are desperately missing rain, in
Who?
like in central Mississippi. My gosh, I think we've got central Mississippi's rain. We seem to have everyone's rainfall at the moment. It's been an incredible
this
summer.
bunch is coming in off the ocean, though. I mean, a lot of times we
Yeah.
get stuff out of the Ohio Valley. That's normal rain.
Yeah,
Comes
well,
across the valley, Ohio, and then it comes on
Up
up
here.
to us.
yeah, well,
But this is different. And I'm not sure whether all that rain clouds, whether they just stay still and then the earth just rotates underneath them. See?
because of that blinking heavy.
Yeah.
Eh,
They're always going the same direction.
No, it's very difficult. Does one of Harley's hoofs need to be fixed? It doesn't actually need to be fixed. She's on a program with the natural hoof trimmer, and he comes in and he trims her feet on a regular. Harley, the donkey. You mentioned that she's got 3 hooves that were fine, and the 4th one's a bit off.
Yes.
But she's always. I think that's the hoof where she had. You remember she had cancer on her leg.
No.
That hoof's a bit funny and twisted. She'd
It's just too long.
yeah, but it doesn't grow the same way as the other ones. So when he comes and he trims her on the regular program, there's always, I think that one's, I don't know whether or not it was the chemotherapy we did on it, but it's a bit odd. So yes,
Idea.
it
What's that? Did you get
she's on a
that?
program, so
Yes.
she just gets done at the same time as everyone else.
All 4.
Yes, all 4.
I can't believe it, but what the hell? What do I know?
Yeah. No. So, this lady has said, Carlene, in training a dog, is it necessary to raise your voice to them, or does a regular voice tone work as well?
Your irregular voice should work very nicely.
Yes.
But if that doesn't work, you yell at them!
Yeah.
No.
And if that doesn't work,
They hear very well.
they do.
It's what you get used to doing.
Yeah.
Yes. It is. And then sometimes the louder you shout, the less they listen.
Yeah, right. The louder you get, sometimes they just lay on their backs.
Well, it's when do you come down the pike and say, no, I mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're really submissive, they just roll over.
Well,
I had a dog do that. She was so submissive, she just went like this on her back. 'Cause
Oh,
she was,
I don't have that trouble.
Well, no, she was a hunting dog that the huntsman just made her so submissive, she just roll over on her back.
so
Funny
anyway,
dog.
normal tone of voice works just as
Yeah,
well.
it's better that way. The louder you get, some dogs just turn around and don't know what to do.
Yeah.
The theory of it is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do when they don't listen?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, that's a different question.
Yeah.
How you manage to keep your own voice down is another thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got those 2 puppies.
And I'll tell you, I honestly don't think that Larky hears as well as the others. Because when we're laying there and they clink that cookie in the other way, and I say, Larky, go. He doesn't always go. hey, Larky, I just step on his toe. Oh, okay. Off he goes.
A little bit.
He honestly doesn't. He doesn't seem to hear it. If he don't hear a cookie, then you got something wrong. I
Yeah.
can see not hearing me yelling at him, but the others are right on it.
Maybe he has.
The others are, and he's just sleeping away on the floor. So I am watching it. I don't know whether he hears 100%
That's interesting.
because I have the comparison right there.
Yeah.
He's flying, and she's all ready to go.
Yeah.
And he says, "Can I go? Can I go? Can I go?" Larky, come on, go ahead. 2 or 3 times say his name. That's unusual when he knows damn well it's time to go get the cookie.
It's peculiar because he's actually very food orientated.
Yeah.
Ordinarily.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not backwards about coming forward when there's cookies coming out of the chewy box. Yeah. So Becky's asking, how do you train a dog not to jump on people when they come to visit?
I walk into them. I personally walk into them, knocking them over,
Back.
so that they just don't think that's a good idea.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever had any of my dogs jump up on anybody. For at least of all me. You know, no thank you.
Yes.
They're so damn big, they don't have to.
No. No. Do you know when we got one of our Danes, the person who'd obviously had the dog before for 4 years used to go like this. The little dog next door's outside barking, so
That one did that?
Yeah, so they're going to tell it off.
I see.
Yeah.
I think I broke a foot in the process.
Yes.
Go ahead.
He's got such delicate feet as well.
Yeah, not the like little tiny feet.
Somebody taught this dog, is a big, enormous Great Dane, and he, as soon as you came through the door, both paws on your shoulder. You're like, are you mad?
No, I've had to do this. I had to have a dog do this in a movie with a woman whose face was worth $1 million. I forgot whether it was Cher or who the hell it was. It was somebody very famous.
Did she appreciate that training? Did she?
And the dog did it. I cashed the check.
But,
Well, I was worried about the toenails.
yes.
One scratch on this $1 million face, and holy smokes!
Yes, that could have been
I
problematic.
can tell you which dog it was. The dog that used to hang here. It was in the chair.
Which one was that?
I don't remember her name. I remember that. I can remember where we were. We were over in Marblehead. And that dog, because she wanted to practice a couple of them.
Do we need to?
We did it. We did it.
Is there any way that Larky has selective hearing?
And I was gonna say that. It sounded like
No, because what more would he want to hear than a cookie hit?
Yeah.
No, that does not work there.
No. Selective hearing when they're running in the opposite direction, yes.
Yeah, they don't
But
want
no,
to do it. But
no.
this is something he wants to do. And he doesn't seem to hear me say, Larky, go. And it seems to be getting worse.
Do you think it's because he's white? Some white animals are deaf.
Yeah, white animals are deaf, but white. He's not white.
No, I didn't know if it had to do with,
I've never heard of a harlequin being deaf,
but
unless we've started something new.
You know, because it's normally white dogs, isn't it?
white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually a pure white and
Yeah.
2 different colored eyes, but I don't
Or
know.
just white.
I had a cat that had 2 different colored eyes, but he was pure white.
Yeah.
He couldn't hear very well. He didn't hear at all.
Have we the Fisher cat here?
I don't know.
We have Fisher cats.
But there's not been one in with the chickens.
I don't think
No,
so.
not that I know of.
No, because the chickens are put away at night. Well,
Yeah.
they're put away just before it gets dark.
Not that I know of.
No. Now, you would know if you'd had a Fisher cat in.
Yeah, they're pretty loud.
No, you would have dead chickens everywhere.
I know. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. They're pretty nasty.
Yeah. So, no. I
I
think that
can't tell what you're talking
I
about.
said
No,
they're
the-
Fisher cats.
somebody was asking whether or not we've had a Fisher cat in. So, no, we haven't had a Fisher cat in. But they're up at the dog kennel, and I've got dogs in the kennel. Your dogs are
Yeah,
in the yard. I think a Fisher
Your
cat.
chickens are 10 feet from my head.
Exactly. So they're exceptionally close to the house. No, and they get locked in
Did
at
they
night.
go away? Or
Yeah, they're way down at the bottom, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, they're
Um,
still fenced in.
I think
Yeah,
they're still
they're in the
fenced in.
fence,
Yeah. And some people's dogs go and get the packages from the UPS van. Yours would just go, no, it's not chewy, thanks, no. You can leave it. We're off. I think it's one thing, you know, sort of like 4 to 5 pound maximum dogs, and they jump up because they just sort of like go like that. They sort of bounce, don't they? But when you've got great big Danes and they jump up, that's a sight to be seen.
It's not necessary.
No, there's nothing preferential about that at all.
Yeah.
It's not a good one. Well, so somebody suggested earwax build-up.
I began to think of that, like today. I talked to Judy on the way home, saying, you know what, he's just not acting right. He's acting right, he's healthy, but it could be. I've never seen an earwax that much in a dog.
No.
Huh.
No.
You could have a lot of other things growing in there.
Mushrooms.
Small trees.
Well, there is that, yes.
But he doesn't fuss in his ears.
No, he doesn't.
No. Carly, is Chirpy mostly in the house?
Yeah, sometimes I take her out if I can.
Did you not put her in the chicken run? No.
I should do that. I gotta put her out.
Okay.
You better be careful.
I know.
Well, so your beautiful cabinet maker's chicken run. It's lovely. It's got metal under, you know, grid underneath it. You did a great job. And Beth says that they have coy wolves on the Cape.
Who?
Coy wolves.
Coyote wolves.
Coy wolves.
Coy wolves.
Coyote wolves.
Coyotes?
Wolves.
Coy wolves.
Coy?
Coyote wolves. Half and half.
Never heard of it.
We've got them in Meredith.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're
And in
breeding,
fact,
right?
I think the suggestion is the majority of coyotes now on the North Shore, there's some form of wolf within it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
they've
just-
been breeding that way.
Because we've got an enormous one that used to come out. Didn't see it this winter. It was grey, and when the snow was on the farm, it used to just stand, and it would just survey over the fields.
Wow.
Because obviously it can see the rabbits and everything moving.
Yeah.
And it was enormous. And I used to be walking down the road with Jasper, you know, the donkey, and people would stop me and say, "Oh, don't go any further, there's a coy wolf." And I'm like, "Have you seen the size of the donkey?" I'm like, "It's not going to bother us, we'll be fine."
Yeah.
And he kicks. he wouldn't hang around, but it was enormous.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard that word before.
Stunning looking animal, if you're into that sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
They had one in Hamilton that was it had to be like some cross of I'm guessing it had to be like a husky cross coyote. It was a blonde. It was a coyote and a husky.
There was a
or something.
wolf in Hamilton on it was Ipswich, Mill Street. An actual big wolf that I used to borrow for movies. It was huge.
Really?
It
But-
was huge.
What Wolf Hollow's in Ipswich, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that was not
No.
tame. This lived with a guy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I would go
Great, big scuff.
Rough.
The whole, yeah.
Yeah, Wolf Hollow had it. We used to lay the scent on this was before they did the scent off the horses, and I was right there at the gate where the wolves were. And it was like 2 weeks later that I said on the news, like, I don't know, 12 wolves got out, wandering. Somehow they got out at Wolf Hollow.
Yeah.
And we were like literally just there hunting. I was like, good thing they didn't get out that day because they were like
That's
at the
pretty
gate.
nice.
One was just at the gate, just like watching everything go on. I mean, I couldn't have imagine if they got out and I had that fox shearer in there. I'd be dead.
Yeah.
But-
Do you think we should get them in? Because they're just communicating with that wee
Hey,
dog
over
back
here.
and forward.
What?
They're just barking at that wee dog.
Oh, I can't
It's
hear
just a rabble.
Okay.
Could it have been Susan Sarandon, the actress?
Could have been.
There we go.
I'm not. I don't go to the movies, so
No.
I mean, there are very few people that I knew. Robin Williams was one of them. I knew
Yes.
him. I mean,
Yes.
but I'd sit down to have lunch with. I don't know who it was,
Yeah.
and I ended up playing Kookaberry Hits on the old with Cher and I don't know the three that were in Witches of Eastwick.
Oh yes. Oh, that was Susan Sarandon, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Cher, I knew.
Yeah.
I recognize her, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jack, whatever his name was.
Is it Nicholson?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's Fisher cats everywhere in the North Shore. It's just one of those things. And, you know, we're lucky that the chickens are actually living in a kennel at the moment, so. Hello!
Oh, come on now.
Now he's all excited because he's been fending off the dog that size.
Yeah.
You won, good boy. Yeah.
Shaking the house.
And Larky's brother ate a stuffy. Is it Keiko? Keiko? And he ate a stuffy and he's had to go for surgery. Larky's brother.
Is that the one that they're talking about online?
Yeah.
What is he having surgery on?
He ate a stuffy.
Scuffy.
Stuffy.
Stuffy.
Ah, a toy.
Oh, a toy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
wow,
thing
yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
So it's a family failing.
Family thing. Carl is also related, isn't he? Carl, his brother?
Yes.
Carl doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
They said he was blocked.
Yes.
A toy.
Yes. And I think he'd been blocked. He must have eaten it about a week prior. And it'd been, so it was obviously there for a while.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That could be a problem.
That's not good.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's been watching the Fisher cats on the driveway
Okay, get out.
camera.
He's a good boy.
Really?
I don't know if
He's a
that
good
was
boy.
recently.
Get out. Go.
Oh.
Get.
Need to make sure they get in before it's
Get
dark.
in there.
Okay.
Go lie down.
Make sure.
Yes. What was, Carlene, what was the smallest dog you worked with when you were doing movies?
Smallest dog.
Yes.
Jack Russell, you know.
You still got one of those.
Yeah. I had Jack Russell. The movie kept changing names. Session 9. Was that a movie?
Could be.
It had another name to begin with. And it was filmed pretty much at the Danvers State Mental Institution.
Oh, uh-huh.
And then we had to do this one shot of a man coming home from work, getting off a bus with his lunchbox, walking across the street and coming into the yard. And his Jack Russell was supposed to be tied in the front yard and come and greet him and jumping around. And of course, he wasn't his Jack Russell. That Jack Russell couldn't care less.
Exactly.
So the way I cured that was I picked up one of the laboratory rats from Essex Aggie, and I had that in a crate. And so when he got off the bus, I'd shake the rat, and the guy got. It was wonderful. We got that one done.
Oh, dear. Jack Russells and rats, though. There's
Mhm.
something else.
They're not the greatest. I mean, Wanda's caught one.
Yeah, that was just to prove she could do it.
That's correct.
Yeah, now she doesn't
She
need
quit
to
right there.
prove anything.
My friend out there in Essex has rat terriers. They're a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
A lot more efficient.
We used to use, do you remember the big old grain bins, that size with the flip down, they're metal. We used to have the bran and the barley and the oats for the horses way, way back. And what the lady who owned the barn, she always kept a Jack Russell and a black lab. And the Jack Russell, you'd open the lid quickly, the Russell would go in, get the rat by the neck, kill it and chuck it out to the lab, who would collect them, and then you'd do the next bin, and that was their,
That was the way you did it.
that was rat protocol. And, yep. Poor old Labrador at the back getting all these dead rats, but hey, that's what it is. So apparently in this other dog, it was a stuffed toy that was in his small intestine. That's nasty.
Yeah, that's not good.
Poor soul. I don't know if Larky's got... Larky, do you think he's getting bigger?
No?
No. He's not really got a lot of... He shouldn't have any growing to do, should he?
No, he's 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, I do think that for a while there he was hungry. And I think he still is hungry. He's not fat.
He's very, he's solid.
He's solid.
Well,
but
muscle.
I do think we have to be careful and feed him enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've thought about feeding him lunch, but I don't want to get his gut going any differently. It's so very nicely done. You feed him in the morning and he moves his bowels. Yeah, if I feed him lunch, is he going to move his bowels halfway through the day somehow? You know.
You don't want to be
I
dealing
don't
with
wanna do
that
that.
amount of poop.
I know.
No, that's a very tricky
It's the
one.
timing.
Yes. Definitely. No. So his brother obviously he vomited up the toy a week ago, but then not all of it came up, and there was a part of it left,
Yeah.
and it blocked. So, but I think he's recovering from surgery, and you'll know how that goes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, oh man.
She's like, yeah, boys.
Look at the
know.
face.
Girl.
That must have been one of her puppies as well then.
Silly boys.
You've got some stunners, you have.
Look at her, she
She's
said
like,
silly boys.
I know.
She said silly
She's a
boys.
good girl. So that's good. So, looks like we're going to have a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Darting in and out of the rain.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to rain tomorrow?
I think
think
it's supposed
so,
to.
yeah.
I think we've got odd weather
Yeah.
coming in.
I didn't think it was. I didn't look. I did notice like 5 days.
Yeah, it's not looking pretty.
Oh.
Unless you're a flower.
I wish I could heard. I wish you'd talk to him about teepee. Is he?
Well, he was talking about the TP, and what he was saying was that one of the things we need to be very careful about the TP is cultural appropriation.
That's not my department.
No, so but we talked about that at length, and I think he actually has people, First Nations people, who he speaks to about this and takes advice from, and it's pretty interesting. And I think that the upshot is that as long as you're respectful and careful, I think the majority of people are happy with that. So he's got that under control, and it's something that we're
all
discussing.
his doing.
Yes.
But what worries me is he, last I knew, was thinking of having 6 people sleep in it on the 1st of October.
So we were discussing, and it's not necessary to have the TP up and running. It's actually the ground we're interested in, under the trees and the space. If the TP's up, that's one thing. If it's not up, it doesn't make any difference. I think what he's wanting to do on October the 7th is have a group of people come in and celebrate that clearing, and that's what he's
Have a
wanting
good
to
time.
do. Yes, I said to him,
Does he understand that being flat normally is a lot cheaper than being
yes,
bulldozed?
yes, and I did say, are the mosquitoes dead on October the 7th? I said, because quite frankly, down there would be very interesting. But he also mentioned that it would only be people sleeping over if they had a long distance to travel. At which point, that counts me out.
See, that's where I could have offered something like the guest house,
Yes.
but I can't now.
I know.
Yeah. No. So,
Oh, they can camp out in the arena if they like.
yes, so that would be interesting.
No.
Yeah, I bet you there's no mosquitoes in there. They
No,
probably
not
don't
as
fancy.
many.
No, because they probably don't fancy the smell.
Yeah, probably not. I
no,
know, we just did, I know.
no, I know. I'm coming down with dog hair.
I know.
Yes.
Hey,
Investigation over.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
so yes, he is on the whole TP search.
okay,
and,
so I don't have to worry about that.
no, and I
Because
think
I have not contacted the people out in Oregon.
no, and I think the other thing he would like is that that we all take part in the building of it.
How about it, guys? Doesn't take a lot of people.
No. Yeah. So, anyway, we've got lots going on before that.
All I can do is provide it. But all I'm saying is we don't have a canvas at the moment.
No, and he's aware of that. So that's good. And I think there's a
Somebody picked up all my hay string. Was that him?
probably.
where was it?
On the ground on the DB?
No, I don't know.
I sat in the car and did them all and threw them out the window.
Did you waste hay string?
No, I made good ones.
Oh, good. Well, that's fine.
I have to have when they're cut by the knot. Because when you
I
pick up...
know. people keep cutting it in the middle. They're not sitting in the middle of
No,
it.
it's not right. Because when you pick up a piece of hay string to use it, you want to know how long it is.
I know.
And you don't want the knot in the middle.
That's a waste of hay string.
It is.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And then you don't know where the end is either, because you've always got a knot in one wee bit, and if you go for the knot, you can pull it out. Anyway,
It ruins the whole thing.
yes.
And God knows we have enough hay string.
Yes. We're doing well in hay string. So, yes, that's absolutely super. So, we're going to have a busy weekend. What are you chewing? You got a bone? Good boy. It's got a jolly good bone. So,
Is that a bone or is that an antler?
no, it's a bone, I think. Here, let me see. Yeah, it's a bone.
Bone. Good boy. He's a good boy.
He's like, can I get back to it now?
Yeah, leave me alone.
Excellent. So there we are. So back on Monday.
Yeah,
Monday?
Have a
Yeah.
good weekend.
Okay.
As long as our cameras stay up, we'll be happy.
Yeah, as long as nothing goes
Okay.
flying.
Okie dokie.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.